Hi, everyone. My name is Courtney Skiles. I am the Director of Recruiting and Admissions at Trinity Valley Community College. If you're wondering why Trinity Valley or TVCC sounds familiar, maybe some of you saw the 3-time Emmy Award-winning hit Netflix show Cheer. Hey, that's us. So I'm really excited to be here with you guys today. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the bigger picture with your CRM and how to optimize student success through institution-wide cross-collaboration. So, a little bit of backstory about TVCC to kind of set the stage for you. We're 5 campuses across 5 rural counties in East Texas. We were operating for such a long time in silos. We were separated. It was almost like we were separate institutions, and that really was not serving students effectively. So when we got Element, we all kind of came together and said, we want to elevate the student experience. We want it to be consistent, and we want to better support our students. How can we do that? Well, it started with recruiting and admissions. We said we have a really unique experience for our students. We have university experience at a community college cost. It's one of the lowest tuition rates that you can find. We have dorms. We have internationally known famous athletic programs, fine arts. We can offer our students dorms and places to live. But we also were faced with the fact that over 55% of our students self-report as first generation or low income or ESL or have so many other barriers to entry. So we have this great thing. We now have a tool to get them there, but we were faced with how do we keep them there? And for those of my Texas schools in the audience, you know our lovely friends down in Austin love to throw a curveball every once in a while. And this year's curveball of choice was changing our formula funding model. We were what I like to call butts in seats before. You know, it was head count. We had to get as many people in as possible to get our funding. Now our funding is based on student success and completion. So we have to, through the entire recruiting process, get them in, keep them there, walk them across the stage, and get them into an institution. But how do you do that from the beginning? There's 3 main things that we needed to focus on in our collaboration when we knew that we were going to be faced with getting them there and keeping them there. We said we have to set the tone for the student experience from the very beginning. Recruiting and admissions, we're the face. We're the first point of contact. Marketing, that's the first language, the first image of your institution that they're going to get. To keep them there, you're setting the bar for their expectation. You have to keep that messaging, that tone consistent throughout everything for them to be retained. We know from fundamental studies about student engagement that they have to be engaged the entire time. They have to have a sense of belonging. When we set that in admissions, it carries on into recruiting, or it carries on through recruiting into retention. But also internally, how are we as a team across 5 campuses in 5 counties, so many different departments, going to accomplish this? You have to have cohesive internal structure. And when you have a tool as powerful as Element, having everyone in there cross-collaborating on projects is really a good key for us. So what did we do? I wanted to share with you one of our projects that we have been working on for a while now and will continue to evolve and work on, and we're calling it a basic needs survey. We know students from the beginning are going to have barriers to entry. Us setting the tone isn't it anymore. We have to know from go what is going to stop them from staying at our institution. So we recruit them, we get them through admissions. Now they receive a survey, quote unquote. It's actually a form in Element, and that form asks them questions. Are you a parent? Are you a single parent? Are you expecting a child? Are you homeless? Are you hungry? Do you have internet? In rural counties, so many of our students don't have internet or reliable transportation. How are you supposed to do college without those things? So they self-report now as part of admissions. We get that survey in. We then start with communication workflows. We do custom email conditions based off of what they report to us. If you self-identify that you're struggling with housing insecurity, here's some resources that we have on our campus to get you in our dorms at a lower cost. Are you struggling with food? Here's how you can connect. Here's how our hours to our food pantry. Do you need an internet hotspot? You said you didn't have internet at home. We have them in our library checkout. From the moment these students are admitted, from that first point of contact, we are starting to identify what they need. Now, that's a lot of departments having to work together to make this thing go. We have to have stakeholders in almost every corner of our institution on the same page. Having Element to do that is incredible because we're able to continue to have this as an extension of ourselves. We're then able to start early alerts, the earliest alert that you possibly can, and start working on retention plans to keep students in class, mitigating those barriers that they're facing, providing targeted support based off of information from day one. Then this translates into being good alumni who have graduated, who can turn around to their communities and say, my experience was really impactful. TVCC helped me so much. Everyone was on the same page, and I felt cohesively supported my entire way through. It impacts the entire student life cycle, and starting from go with support means support starts now, and you have a way to do that through Element. Thank you.